Hi everybody, my name's Phil Allen. Just a little background on me. I'm 50 years old. I was in the military when I was younger. I was a Canadian infantry soldier. After that I remustered to a construction engineering technician in the military. After I got out I became a welder, and I've pretty much been doing that ever since, other than a short stint as a machinist. So a couple years ago I built the project you see behind me. It took a couple years to, after I came up with the idea, to get up the courage and do it, because when you tell people you're going to build a giant killer robot, they take it a few different ways, but in the end you better build it. So I did. So there he is behind me. That project was on YouTube under the name Giant Robot Project GKR-001. I did it in 6 parts, and I was just getting used to filming things, so there wasn't all that many videos, but I did do 6 at different stages of the game there up until he was done. He is the prototype of my Juggernaut series Giant Killer Robots. Don't get hung up on the killer part. I've been waiting for robots a long time, ever since the 60s, so I had to take it upon myself, apparently. Okay, so what's this guy talking about? Robots? Was he going to build an autonomous robot? I don't know about that, especially given my current resources. Certainly not given my current resources. However, I kind of think we can maybe get to robots at some stage of the game, but I think it's a 4-stage process where you need to come up with a viable prototype, and then you need to make that thing fully functional. If you can do that, you move on to the next stage, where I see if you can get the robot body fully functional, then you could use it in an avatar type of way where a human actually drives the robot body. He sees everything the robot sees and gets feedback from the robot body in the apparatus he's in. So, and then it's essentially almost a robot, but it's still under control of a human, but there's no human in the actual robot. So I think that's the logical 3rd stage. If you can accomplish that and then get some kind of intelligence on the go, then maybe you can get to the 4th stage where you've got an autonomous robot. But I'm not getting too far ahead of myself here. I did build the prototype, and he's 9.5 feet tall to the top of his head, and he weighs in around 800-900 pounds. But the one thing about him that was kind of disappointing for me is that he looks so realistic for people that they expected him to just start walking around in that, which be careful what you ask for, but that is the goal in the long run. So so I did make his head move, and it does move, but my 20 amp DC power pack packed it in on me. I think 4 out of the 7 diodes are doing things they shouldn't, so I must have got a power surge out here or something on the farm. Anyway, so that brings me to the whole point of this video. Is I would like to start my 2nd robot project, entitled Giant Robot Project GKR-002, where I will build a completely new, ground-up Juggernaut series Giant Killer Robot, right from the ground up. New base, probably a 3/4 inch base, and a fair bit larger than this one here, so we can move around on it. And for starters, right off the bat, I'm thinking electromagnetic feet that are on until they're disengaged, at least for the time being, because he's going to be freestanding all the time, if I can get this project on the go. Like right from the get-go, he's going to be standing there, hydraulics ready to roll. So that's another thing. Electric hydraulic is the way, I think, is the way to go. We're more or less electric hydraulic, and it works pretty good for us. We're the only other things walking around on 2 legs on the planet. So, and there's a whole lot other reasons to use hydraulics as well. Super easy to maintain, very powerful, simple systems, not all that many parts, easy to maintain, easy to fix. and it's going to last a long time. So let's go have a look at the robot, and I'll give you a bit of a rundown on a few of the ideas and what the plan is, and hopefully you'll be excited about it, like I am. Alright, so GKR-001, that's his serial number, and like I said, his name's Patronus on Facebook. You may have noticed my t-shirt I was wearing. I'll show you at the end of the video. We started a t-shirt line, my son and I, on these robots called Robot Republic. So I'll show you that at the end. We got our second artwork done, and we're working on the second and third ones here, or a third one here now, just to get some more revenue going. I mean, I want to do robots all the time, you know. Okay, now, the reason why people think he works when they see him is because I did design him around actually working. So, all internal, electric, hydraulic. So, as I said, big, thick steel plate on the bottom. You need thick steel in order to get a good grip from your magnets. So we'll start there, electromagnetic feet, and then each of the bottom legs, each would house a electric motor and hydraulic pump. And of course the hydraulic cylinders to run the feet and the lower leg there. And yeah, and the lower leg. Okay, so as you move up there, these thigh tubes would likely be the hydraulic fluid reservoirs, at least one of them, depending on the capacities we end up needing. So naturally I'm thinking we'd need some kind of gyroscope stabilization. So a stabilized gyroscope, and perhaps a big honkin' heavy one, flywheel-like, to give some actual stability to the unit. So in the end, when whether you've got a fully functional robot or just the robot body, if it's fully functional, I mean, it's going to be a very complicated piece of machinery. So the electric hydraulic route is to keep what you can as simple as humanly possible. And I mean, hydraulics are awesome. You would end up being basically like a walking bobcat, or a a case skid steer, something like that. So you got to be careful when he's walking around you. The hands for the phase 2, when we're just getting him, a fully functional unit, just going to be for grasping things. It's not going to be playing the piano or anything fancy like that. So they're mostly just for grabbing the specially made tools for somebody this big. And what's this guy going to be doing? It could be mining, could be forestry, could be rescue work, could be urban pacification, it could be military, could be any kind of super heavy-duty utility where you need something this big. And a guy, driving it from a remote station. So, and once we get up past the waist and we start getting the upper body, we'll have to bring on a computer specialist to start mapping the movement. Because, I mean, all the hydraulic cylinders are going to have position sensors on them, and we'll need some feedback sensors on the feet and all that, just to feed back to the operator. But, I mean, that's kind of phase 3, but I do want to, work towards that at the same time. So, position sensors on all the hydraulics, and with that you can start mapping out walking around. So. And if you had like a steel structure floor, having the magnetic feet probably really help in the learning how to walk process. That's one thing I don't see about robots, is just being able to walk around. Nothing else on the planet does it but us on a regular basis, so it's either impractical or very difficult. Okay, so I mean that's more or less it. I want to start my second giant robot project, GKR-002, full new robot, identical Juggernaut series robot to Patronus here, but fully functional. You know, he's going to look a little different. It'll be cameras all over the head, as many cameras as we can get in there. You know, night vision, thermal imaging, possibly. I don't know. That stuff's coming down in price, but we'll see how it goes. The main thing is fully functional and working towards the ability to start mapping and get him moving around. So, you know, some kind of exoskeleton that we get into that's more or less moves the way the robot can move, and then you start moving around. I think that'll eliminate a lot of the issues with getting them to walk. I mean, we don't think about walking when we're walking around, you just walk around. So, you know, I think that's a good way to train the robot program using the avatar type system. But if you're interested in finally seeing an actual giant killer robot, I'm your man. I'm your Tony Stark. I can get this thing going. My son's working with me now. This would just be the ultimate if I could just work on this full time, and I would. And it would be done, you know, within the year. We'd have a fully functional giant killer robot that, you know, is starting to be able to walk around. And, you know, one of the other big problems is a power source. So, I mean, this guy could, for all that matter, he could have one of those small, nice little generators in there and fill them up with gas and away you go type of thing. And fly-by-wire. Everybody else is going to have the same problem until we can get a Ghostbuster-style unlicensed nuclear reactor that we can just strap on his back. But everybody else is going to have the same problem. But other than that, I think it'd be a very simple unit, other than the actual computers and all that. The rest of it is very, very doable. And if I get my funding, you bet I'll knock it off. And we'll finally have the robot that we've all been waiting for. So thank you very much. I'm not sure what else to say. I can do this. My son's working with me now, and we'll get this done in short order, and it will be the only fully functional giant killer robot on the planet. So I hope you guys are excited. I hope you give generously. I hope you want to see GKR-002. We'll have to come up with a name for him in the Latin as well. I mean, I'll get to it eventually, but I'm 50 now, man. Let's get this show on the road. Thanks a lot, everybody, and have a great summer.